Alright, this is my July garden tour. Everything's a little bigger. I had picked up, they were giving away herbs at the plant place in town. So I picked up a bunch. Thinking I probably need to move some of these succulents out. They need a little bit more sun. And these are also a little lacking. Need a little bit more sun. This tree really shades all that. Alright, let's take a walk down the path towards the gardens down by the barn. Oh, I wanted to show you this dahlia. I'm going to split this and I'm going to do 3 pots next year. It's so cute, perfect for a pot. I have a couple more coming very slowly. Those aren't, I think that one is the same one. It's just a little bit behind. I planted a couple of Annabelles. That's another dahlia. Not sure what color. We'll find out when it starts blooming. Pots are doing okay. Really enjoy this petunia. Can't remember what they call it. It was a mocha, but I really like the color. And this one is, oh, beautiful. I think this is a lantana, and I really like this yellowish green in here, along with the supertunia. I would repeat that one. I had planted a variety of different, hydrangeas. This is the Diamond Rouge, starting to flower. Nothing is very big, but they are flowering this year, and I think these are, there's 2 of them. Let's see, this one is, Early Revolution. And that's another Early Revolution. Strawberry Shake, I have a couple of those. We'll see if I might need to move them because it doesn't seem like it's doing great. But it's the first full year that they've been in there. And then I take a Strawberry Shake. Little Lime Punch, about to flower. And what was this one again? Oh, this was a Pink Diamond. Might be a little big for that spot, but we'll find out. And then farther down, I had some other new ones. They're just starting to bloom. There's my old Annabelle. She's my tried and true. She looks a little better this year. The blooms are very white. Last year they came out almost like a tan color, and they never did go white. It seemed like she was struggling. Alright, let's walk down towards the barn. My old boxwoods are doing well. Still think I need to pull out those, I think they were called Velvet. And they just struggle here for me. All the rest of these, there's a few that are okay, but I mean, you can see I have a bunch that have died and I had to pull out. I just bite the bullet and pull them out. I've had 3 brooding hens, and hard to keep them off the eggs, so we do have a couple of chicks that have been added, hoping I don't get any additional ones. My little quick fires are starting to bloom. And the pink, oh, those are Incrediballs, pink Incrediballs. Really enjoying the little quick fires though. I love their flower. It's one of my favorites. It's more spacious flower. So pretty. This I got from the Amish and it's been struggling. I may need to move it. This was a, well, it's a Boomerang dark purple, but what is it? I don't know if it's a lilac. Yeah, it's a lilac. I don't think it likes this spot. The Sonic Bloom Pink though, that's a Weigela. Did pretty well for its first year. And then those were the variegated grasses that I got from the Amish. I'm starting to get some of my cone flowers. Really like the orange. We got a purple. And then some of the Russian sage that I transplanted is coming. And let's take a walk down over here. So all the dahlias, well, not all of them came up, but good portion of them. Got some sweet peas coming. Really enjoying. Is this a penstemon? Oh, it's called a tick seed. Isn't that cute? Love that yellow. Oh, my rose is starting. Just starting. All right, let's go back. Weirdly, the dahlias on the left did much better. They are actually starting to bloom than the ones on the right. Could be difference in soil, difference in sun, not sure. Couple of coneflower, but my rose was beautiful, and she may bloom again. Let me step down here. Okay. Picked up a bunch of lavender, the Munstead lavender. I'm going to see if I can keep it alive up here. Threw in a bunch of zinnia seeds, magnolia tree. It's coming. Summer had given me these miniature zinnia seeds. They're super cute. That was a rose from Jackson Perkins. It's, yeah, you can see, maybe next year. And the rest of this, some caladium. All of this in front was seeds. Some bunny damage. Actually not as bad as maybe it could have been. We have a lot of rabbits this year. All right, let's pan around here. I planted native grasses, Indian grass, and a little bit of little blue stem. I'm not sure if that's mostly weeds. I do recognize there's some Indian grass coming. Hopefully it can take over. My goal is to not have to water that planter very much. These hydrangeas are just starting, so they're all limelights, and not the miniature. You know, they're the tall regular ones. So they'll be completely full That one's just starting. You can see a bloom over there. There's a lot. I mean, that whole plant is full. That is going to be all white blooms. And then these planters are actually doing pretty well. It's super hot here, but they are surviving. I love that 9 bark. I want to throw in more color. And those get those pink flowers, but this one doesn't flower very much. Okay, these are pretty full of blooms. Should be any day. And those hydrangeas had something weird going this year. I'm not sure what it caused it, but they on top, quite a few of the leaves curled. They still ended up blooming, but even some of the blooms were not quite right. So I'm hoping I'm not losing them. We cleaned out this whole area over here. They were Amur maples, which I didn't know they had such a short lifespan. They were all pretty much dead. So we're gonna kind of take the same, probably little limelights, and bring them all the way around. And then that's an upside down tree planted. All right. Let's head towards the other garden. Had an issue for the first month with woodchucks, and they were eating pretty much everything in the garden. I had planned on putting chicken wire around the whole bottom so that they couldn't get in there. Never got that done. So they pretty much demolished the garden early on. And I'd kind of given up, and I thought, whatever. They can eat it. And then they stopped, and the garden rebounded. I'm trying loofah. So there's some loofah in here, and a pumpkin. Peas. The peas are just coming, which I know is really late, but there's quite a few on, and beans. Let's see. Yep, got beans all over the place. Those aren't, some of them are ready. I could probably start picking those off. Tomatoes are out of control. Got to get those tied up. Peppers, variety of different peppers, and then some giant pumpkin plants. And my broccoli and cauliflower was eaten, and now it's just kind of rebounding, but it's so hot it's just bolting, so I'm going to pull that out. Some different herbs. I'm going to fill this container. That's basil. Oh my gosh, I love the smell of that. And then tomato plants that are out of control that need to be tied up. Also tomato plants out of control. I need to get in here, do some weeding. All right, let's take a walk out to the to the flower garden. Well, actually, there are some vegetables out there. Peas are so good. Turkeys are out. They're pretty much here every morning to greet me. They don't really care that I'm here. for over a week, so I've been having to water. Finished setting up the gazebo. This sunflower was from last year, planted itself. And put up a couple climbers. They are clematis, and it's a purple, so it's a Jackman clematis. Both sides. Fountain hasn't started yet this morning. Sun isn't up high enough, but look at the grasses. I have pruned out or cut down the Nepeta and Salvia, but I do think that they'll probably flower again. And then I am trying some lavender out here just to see if it does okay. If I can keep it over the winter. Strawberries are done. Might get a few more. This is an ever-bearing. Oh, I do see a lot of fruit coming. About to harvest the garlic. And then lots of weeds. These are all potatoes, and had an infestation of potato bugs, so I've been out every couple days throwing them into Dawn and water, Dawn dish soap and water. I think I'm kind of getting a handle on it. They're fairly beaten up. Onions are fairly ready. Take a look at the flowers. Gladiolas flowering. These were the dahlias from seed. Have never done that before. Summer did it. They're coming. It'll be really interesting to see what we get, and then kind of interplanted with different types of basil. These were tubers that I had or picked up from somebody, but these were all tubers. I bet I lost not quite half, but there was quite a few. That is all cosmos, a couple different kinds. Not yet flowering. Everything is really late because we were really late. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of zinnias. They're just starting. I wouldn't expect them. There's going to be a big variety because we pretty much just took what seeds I had and planted. I'm going to start fresh with seeds. My seeds were at least 3 years old. These are actually sunflowers down here. Didn't realize that was what was coming out of the bag. But they're those yellow, really light, airy ones, which are pretty. And looks like some Ami probably planted itself. And the rest it's coming. Very last planted these are like the teddy bear sunflowers, and then some pro cuts. So this row here is all sunflowers. All right, I'm gonna take a walk back up front, and I'll show you the planters by the road. Okay, walking up by the road. I'm loving the purple. This side definitely doesn't get as much sun, but the Lissum and that purple petunia, love it. And then there's this one. Look at that. Kind of covering up the Lissum. It's going a little taken over. Next year I would film with a little bit more alyssum, but this was a repeat. Alright, last was, I was going to plant up this whole front with hydrangeas, different types of hydrangeas. And I think this was a strawberry shake. It's coming. This was a Little Love. I've never even heard of that one. No flowers on this one this year. And then that Invincible Lace. I love that one. If it ends up doing okay, that is a repeat for this area. And there we'll end with my Annabelle. All right, and that is July 2026.